Andrea from Andrea Speaks TV, back to bring you more news and commentary you can use. I want to say happy Saturday evening to you all. I hope that you're doing well and your family. And I want to thank you for tuning in. Listen, y'all, this live, I had all of the plans and intentions of doing this live a little bit earlier. But, due to just everyday happenings, right? I wasn't able to go live, but I still wanted to come on and share some new information with you. You all know we had been talking about the planned emergency alert test, nationwide emergency alert test, and it did take place. Okay, so basically what I want to do in this particular broadcast, in this particular broadcast, I'm trying to share it to a couple of places. Let me see. Before I get started, I want to make sure you all can hear me and see me. Well, actually, you won't be able to see me because this is an audio only broadcast, but I do want to make sure that it's coming through on the channel. So please bear with me. It should be okay. Yes. All right. Let me just test something. Just a minute, y'all. It should be okay. Yes. All right. Let me just test something. Just a minute, y'all. It should be okay. Yes. All right, so it is coming through. If you hear a little bit of a sound, that's my air purifier going. But I think it'll be okay. All right, y'all. So just to speak from experience, the October 4th planned nationwide emergency alert test. You all know I brought you all coverage. Even before that, maybe a month. I even talked about it last year, right? For those of y'all who follow the channel. And if you haven't watched my video, or if you're saying, okay, Andrea, I heard the phone went off, I still don't really understand it, I'll link my coverage where I explain, what was supposed to take place on October 4th. I'll make sure I put that link in the description. But what I want to come on and talk about is what I experienced, what I heard. Now, I will say this. In my area in Georgia, okay, the test did happen. I say that although my phone was not turned on. My phone wasn't on. And even though my cell phone, my electronic devices, cell phone, iPad, other gadgets, right? Even though they were turned off, I was still in the area with people whose cell phones went off. Okay, so I'm still able to speak from experience. Hello to everyone tuning in. Again, thank you all so much for supporting the channel. I appreciate you. Let me know where you're watching from. I'm here in Georgia. And yes, the nationwide emergency alert test did happen in Georgia. Okay, so it actually started around 2:18 p.m. That's what time, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here in Georgia. The little emergency alert sound went off. And it was like going off and pausing, going off, pausing, right? And, the message came up, this is a test of, I can't think of the exact wording, but I was able to see someone else's cell phone where it said that. Went off for just maybe a few seconds, and that was pretty much it. Now, I was not in an area where the message was broadcast, for example, on people's not cell phones. I wasn't in an area where it broadcasts on like the television or radio. Excuse me, so I can't speak to that. But I can say that in my area of Georgia, okay, even though my phone was off, I did hear it go off among, those people around me who had their cell phone on. Okay. Now, also, hold on just a minute. I want to read you this article, right? Make sure you all look at the previous video that I did on the same topic. I'm on my iPad about to read this article, but I want to read it before the battery dies. I'm in an area where I don't have my charger with me. So let me just kind of go over some of the things, y'all. Oh, I also want to say that it seemed like a few minutes after all of that happened and stopped, I did kind of seem like a headache. I don't know if there have been any reports of that, but that is something that I remember experiencing, kind of just like a onset of like a headache, but then it eventually went away. Okay. Sorry, I'm doing, I kind of got the sniffles, y'all. Again, the weather is changing in my area. It was cooler, much cooler this morning. Then it started warming up, and now it's getting cooler again. I believe the temperatures, the lows in the maybe low 50s, high 40s, somewhere around that. So the weather is definitely changing. And with that, comes sinuses, sometimes allergy issues. So I apologize in advance if I'm doing some sniffing, okay? But listen, y'all. Some have even said, okay, now I want to know your thoughts on this. Some has said that this, and I want to say this in quotation marks, this test, there are a lot of concerns about it, okay? Listen, there have been some concerns, okay? According to my sources, there have been concerns about what the federal, them, okay, y'all know who I'm talking about, right? What they have planned, or what they had planned for Wednesday, October 4th, okay? We know that date has passed. Now, again, FEMA, in coordination with the FCC, conducted a test alert on all phones and smart devices. Okay, all phones and smart devices, y'all. What is the concern about? They said it's just a test, right? But listen, okay, well, there are several reasons why people believe this test alarm is a red flag. Okay, let's see what some people have said about it, y'all. Okay, now, in my previous video, I won't take time to review, but I read the actual FEMA press release that was on their website detailing what they were going to do. Now, listen, y'all, here's where some of the questions are being asked, okay? We know that a test alert went out, or was supposed to go out, to all phones and connected smart devices such as smartwatches. It was also sent out to televisions and radios, including smart TVs, okay? So, listen to this, y'all. Here's a concern. Now, tell me your thoughts. The test was supposed to warn about emergencies, but it would be postponed if there was a widespread bad weather, which normally receives an emergency alert. Do you all think that's strange? Now, remember I told you all that it was originally planned for October 4th, but they were saying in the event of some type of issue, disaster, something like that, that it will be rescheduled. Okay, here's the exact wording. They said, in case the October 4th test is postponed due to widespread severe weather or other significant events, the backup testing date is October 11th. So many people are raising the question, okay, and it has me even thinking, so if the test was supposed to warn about emergencies, but it will be postponed if there is widespread bad weather, which normally receives an emergency alert, okay, they're wondering why would it have been postponed for the very thing that is supposed to alert people about, okay? Do you all think that's strange? I have questions about that. Now, also, okay, in the information, it was saying that beginning at approximately 2:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, cell towers will broadcast the test for approximately 30 minutes. During this time, the WEA-compatible wireless phones that are switched on, okay, that's very important, within range of an active cell tower and whose wireless provider participates in WEA should be capable of receiving the test message, okay? For consumers, it says the message that appears on their phones will read, "This is a test of the National Wireless Emergency Alert System. No action is needed," okay? Notice, okay, here's another concern. Here's an area of question. Notice that it specifies that devices that are switched on and within range will receive the alert. Okay, wonder why you had to be within a certain range, right? Okay, now the iPause national test. Excuse me, y'all. Excuse me, it's been a long day. Sorry about that. About the iPause National Test 2023. Okay, we talked about that. According to FEMA, the Integrated Public Alert and Warning System, okay, that's what IPAWS stands for, it's the acronym, is FEMA's national system for local alerting, that provides authenticated emergency and life-saving information to the public through mobile phones using wireless emergency alerts, to radio and television via the emergency alert system, and to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration's weather radio, okay? IPAWS works through a four-step process. Now listen to the process, y'all. Number one, alerting authorities send an emergency message. Two, the message is then delivered to the Integrated Public Alert and Warning System, open platform for emergency networks, iPause open, where it is authenticated. Then it says once authenticated, it is sent out via multiple communication channels, such as the emergency alert system, wireless emergency alerts, and NOAA weather radio. Okay. Then, okay, so that was step 3. Then number 4, it says the alert reaches the public. Now listen to this, y'all. According to FEMA, okay, the purpose of iPause is to, and I quote, reach as many people as possible to save lives and protect property. But listen to this. iPause, in fact, has been in effect for 10 years, but apparently this will only be the third nationwide test and the second test for all cellular devices, okay? What are they not telling us about, you may wonder? Now that we've covered, and now that I've shared details about what they're telling us about the iPause National Test 2023, we know that has already taken place. What aren't they telling us about, you may wonder, okay? Now, I just shared with you all, and you can do your research on this. If this alert system, right, has been in effect for 10 years, why is it now just the third test that they're doing? Okay. Now, are they prepared for some sort of scenario that may be on the horizon? Now, at the time of this video, you will know. Hold on just 1 minute, y'all. Just a moment. I'm going to hit mute because I need to see about something. Hold on. Okay, thank you all. All right, hold on. I'm sorry, y'all. Just a second again. Okay, thank you all. Uh-oh. All right, sorry about that, y'all. Let me make sure. Please let me know. Can you all hear me? You should be able to hear me now. Okay. All right. So again, y'all, the question is, what are they not telling us? Okay. If this particular system has been in effect for 10 years, then why did it not work, for example, for the Maui wildfires? Okay. Now, you all know I spoke about that as well. Many people in that particular area, it was noted that they said that they did not get alerted until, I believe, the fires were already there and spreading. Okay, now, was the Maui wildfire, some people are asking this question, y'all, was the Maui wildfire a wake-up call, or is there something else they aren't telling us? Okay, here are other concerns about this test that happened on October 4th. Again, some people think this isn't a big deal. Okay, some people said, hey, this is just a test. A lot of people weren't really concerned. Maybe it isn't, okay? Maybe it isn't a big deal, but that doesn't mean you should ignore people's concerns, right? In addition to asking about the why now and the what aren't they telling us, Many people, okay, my sources say, many people are concerned about the government's ability to mess with our phones and smart devices for tests. Okay, think about this, y'all. The alert for everyone, who had their cell phone on, television, radio, whatever type of compatible electronic device, right? They were able to send this alert to your phone, right? Without, you having much control over that. Unless you, decided to turn your phone off. But just think about that, y'all. Um, the test was supposed to reach every phone. Every phone was to get an alert. It didn't matter if you had it silenced or notifications turned off. It didn't matter, my sources say, if you didn't sign up for weather alerts or Amber alerts. If you had a phone that was turned on, you should have received the test alert on October 4th. Now, my sources say, and I'm reading, okay, here's a quote. We already know that big tech has made it possible for the government to track us using our phone's GPS systems, listen in on our conversations, and even turn on our devices' cameras. Okay, think about all that, y'all. Now, these devices, my sources say, that seem to make things more convenient are costing us our freedom. Remember, I was telling you all a lot of times that they will sell a particular feature on convenience, and things like that. But the question is, what controls, what privacy are you giving up, right? Think about that, okay? When they sent this alert out, okay, they very well may have known where you were at the time. Think about that, y'all. This is just one example of how we are giving away our freedom by allowing them to locate us and manipulate our phones as they see fit, okay? Think about that, y'all. Okay, think about this now. The emergency alert system is allegedly there to help the people, right? But think about in past incidents, whether it's Hurricane Katrina, whether it is the ongoing situation, East Palestine, Ohio, even the Maui wildfires. Can we trust that FEMA will help in an emergency? Okay, I'm going to leave that up to you to answer yes or no. FEMA has proven time and time again, okay, that they may not get there in time or have enough supplies to help, okay, just based on events that have happened in the past, okay? Again, we want to ask, there's such a big focus on this emergency alert, this test, but the question is, where were the emergency alerts in Maui, okay? Don't count on them to save you. You must know how to protect yourself and your family. You all know I've talked about that before here on the channel. Listen, y'all, I want to know your thoughts. I'm not here to criticize whether you had your phone turned on or if you had it turned off. Some people, there was one subscriber supporter stated that she, and I believe her coworkers, they wrapped their cell phones in foil, crinkle foil. Some people use what's called, I believe it's called a Faraday bag. It's kind of like a cage or like a bag to put electronics in. If people didn't have that, then of course they use the aluminum foil. But it's a way to, pretty much block anything being sent to intrude on or impair your cell phone from operating correctly. Okay, you can do your research on that. But I just want to come on and let you all know. Thank you all so much for supporting the video. I just want to come on and let you all know what I saw and heard on that particular day. Again, my phone was turned off. My electronic devices were turned off. However, I was in an area where there were some people who chose to keep theirs on, and I did hear the alerts go out. Okay, I also saw the message, and like I said, it seemed like for a little while after that, I got a headache, but it did go away. Could it have been related to all of that, right? These signals or whatever it was being sent out to these phones, and I was in that area where other people had their phone on. Something to think about, y'all. It's a reason to be concerned. So I would say, I can't tell you what to do, but don't be so quick to dismiss the idea that it could have been something much greater than just a regular test, because as we see, what a lot in history has told us, and the current the current concerns regarding privacy, it could very well be more than what they want us to really know. Okay. Thank you all so much for supporting the channel. I appreciate you all. Please make sure that you check the live tab here on the channel. I do have a few videos, recent videos where I've gone live. You may or may not have received the notifications, but please check out the live tab as well as the videos tab for my most recent uploads and live coverage. Okay. Again, thank you all so much for supporting the channel. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I pray that you all be blessed. I pray that you're well, and I pray that all of your needs are met. Okay. Talk to y'all soon. Thank you for supporting me here on the channel. Good night.